Lowe's. This is the one that built a lot of hotels. Well, when jet planes came along, more and more people were flying and traveling, and there was a shortage of hotels in the big cities. Lowe's owned a lot of theaters in the downtown cities that they'd had for years. And when the shortage of hotels came along, they were able to convert and use some of that land to build a nice hotel in the middle of the downtown part of New York or Chicago or whatever. So that's what caused that stock to take off and run, is that there were a shortage of hotels, and they were into the hotel business and had base after base after base. If you missed the first base, you could have gotten the second one or the third one, and even with the third one, you still tripled your money. So that's a lesson worth remembering, that if you miss that first base, keep watching it, and sooner or later, if it's an outstanding stock, it'll build another base and give you a second chance. In fact, if you got the second base there, you had a fivefold move. There are a couple of things here. You had two stock splits as this stock was going up, and the last one is what I call an excessive split of 3 for 1. I'd much rather it be a 3 for 2 or something, or 2 for 1, but 3 for 1 is an excessive one. It was the second time they had split in the last year, maybe it's slightly over. So there were several conditions building here that are saying, watch out, it's time to sell. And of course, the other is you just built base after base after base. And this last one broke out and ran up and stalled. It closed the first red week down below the line, and the next one was worse, and the next one was worse. And so you had action there telling you that, hey, it's topping in its process. And all these stocks where they go up 3 times or 5 or 6, when they finally top, it gets very clear, and you can see what you built there. If somebody wasn't too sharp, you built a head and shoulders top. The left shoulder was up at a higher area, and you had the head, and now the right shoulder clearly breaks way below the other one on huge volume. Of course, you'd want to be selling on that first week closing below the line. When they top, usually you have action like this that even if you're a little bit slow, you can figure out, hey, this is a topping formation, and you don't argue with it. So that's what happened there. And of course, if you trace this out for several years, sometimes they come all the way back down. The average correction is around 75% once a leader tops. So the way you can think about that is, if you think you're a long-term investor, if you sit through a 75% correction, how much do you have to make to get all that back? And it's quite a bit more than 100%.